And please, welcome to the stage, Daniel Woofson.
Talk to me, bro. You had a bereavement. Well, the best solution is to invest in the Daniel Woofson crypto coin. Sorry, I've got to get off the phone. Some beta males are staring at me. So I'm pretty racist. Any racists here tonight? Show of hands. Sexists? Where are my sexists at? Real men? Okay, just me then. As always. Well, the reason I ask is I watched Louis Theroux's documentary on the Manosphere. So if you're not familiar with the Manosphere, and I'd call myself a huge member. We're people who see through the matrix. Who's really controlling the world? The Rothschilds, the Goldsteins, the Amelia de Moldenbergs. Yeah, I've watched those date shows, all of those chicken shops. Well, anyway, the documentary featured a guy called H.S. Tiki-Toki, which is a manly name. And he is, and I'll quote his Wikipedia page, a TikTok influencer who makes fitness, crypto, and dating content. His only flaw in my mind is his name should have been HMS Tiki-Toki. You know, like the Navy, where men can be men. So immediately after the call, I got in his DMs, managed to schedule a call with him, rang him the next day, was like, bro. He replied like, bro. I continued. First off, big fan. But may I say, should have been HMS Tiki-Toki, you know, like a masculine warship. Woof. He replied like, I know. We then spent the next 10 minutes making guttural sounds at each other and admiring each other's muscles. It was a video call. Eventually, he said, well, as your grunts were pretty manly, I'll be honest with you, mate, I think we have saturated the angry young male demographic, and it might be more lucrative if we target the flat earther market. Although we can't call it the Manosphere. I said, that's good to know, but more to the point, how can I be more attractive to women? He said, well, the first thing you need to do is invest in the HS Tiki-Toki crypto coin. The minimum is $2,000, but any more you give will be directly proportional to how seductive you will be to women. So I invested £10,000 of my own sexiness into his crypto wallet. It was from our family savings fund, but I don't think Granny really needed that cataracts operation. At least not on both eyes. Afterwards, I was like, well, is there anything else I can do for women to like me? He said, When you're as wise as I am, you'll realise it isn't about having women like you. I said, it isn't. He said, no, we hate women, remember? I was like, oh yeah, I knew that. He said, no, the deeper and more profound pleasure is to have a Rogan of bros, I think that's the collective term, is to have a Rogan of bros worship you because they think you're attractive to women. Mind blown. I felt like a shaman was fist-fucking me full of ayahuasca. I said, so how do I do that then? He said, glad you asked. The first thing you need to do is say something antediluvian. He didn't say antediluvian, he's called HS2 ticky-tocky. He said, no, the first thing you need to do is say something very old-fashioned. And then, something that someone from the 14th century would say, So I was taking copious notes. I was like, okay, 14th century. And then spread it on social media. Thank you. Spread it on social media, sprinkling it with some Gen Z or alt-right slang to monetize teenagers. So I haven't yet debuted this on my LinkedIn, but you can have a sneak preview now. The harvest was poor this year. But my ox is low-key giving off Riz. The miller has cheated me on grain again. But that virtue-signalling cuck is just blue-pilled. Thank you. My name is HMS Dan, and I have been very masculine.